What's up guys, Sicadin here, and this is iRacing. I've been wanting to play this forever, but I didn't have a steering wheel, but luckily, Awesome Girl gifted me one as an early birthday present, which I love her for it, because as soon as I was able to play this, I've been having a great time and enjoying just all the adrenaline that comes with racing and iRacing with other players. Before I show you this race though that I wanted to show you guys, I wanted to show you guys some fun that I had along the way. Case in point, this nice little wreck here where I had nowhere to go. There's Daytona Truck Series and stuff like that just happens. And in this one right here, stock car rookies, this guy just decided that he wanted to move me to the side, and I would have forgiven if it wasn't for this part right here where he nearly tried to take me out again. I mean, well, he didn't. He lost his car. Luckily, I didn't completely lose mine. I ended up actually finishing in 5th in this race, so I wasn't completely pissed. In this case, something happens in front of us. Oh, no. This one just decides to clear out, just move me out the way. But I believe in the next one, yeah, I try to avoid this one, go up, and accidentally run into that guy, and we basically know how that ends. But anyways, to the race that I actually wanted to show you guys. This was after a couple races in of stock cars in the rookie class, and I started really starting to get comfortable. I qualified great, as you saw. I started in 3rd place, and I started basically like getting hang of it as far as like not just going all gas the whole track for the whole race. That's a big mistake I was doing when I started. I was basically just destroying my tires at first, and which ended up causing me to just basically have a terrible time at the end, towards the end, and just like basically struggle to get to the end of it. But at the start of this race, as you see, the 5 and the 15 basically giving each other room, but they're basically side by side, and I'm just behind them trying to see what's going on, see if they're going to end up wrecking each other so that maybe I can luck out and get by. I try to make a move right here on the 15, or I try to see if I can, but he has a pretty good run up there on the high line, still manages to carry all of his momentum and get back to side by side with the number 5 car. And then as you see, I got a traffic behind. I'm jumping around. I was nervous about that, seeing that. And you can tell this is one of the early races though, because I still had the mirror on, the virtual mirror. I ended up turning that off as I go up high right here on the 5th. On 5th place. I'm on the 5 car, trying to see if I can make a move on him. I believe I do get enough of a run, if I remember correctly. Yeah, but I ended up shutting off the virtual mirror because I thought that it started becoming more of a distraction. Like, instead of me worrying about my line, I kept looking up and glancing up and seeing what they were doing. And I do make a move on the 15 car right here and nearly lose it. And I believe I do take 1st place here, which was, I believe, the first time I led in the rookie series. So my adrenaline is pumping like crazy, and I'm just wondering if I'm gonna be able to hold them off. But basically I did shut it off because it became a distraction. Like right now, I'm pretty sure I kept glancing up and trying to see what they were doing, which in turn, like, it is good. Oh, I completely forgot about that. 2 cars end up getting into each other behind and get basically taken out of this race. But basically, yeah, like, it became a distraction, so I ended up just taking it off. And so far though, with all the races, even with the crashes, like, as frustrating as they may be in the moment, the adrenaline when in the packs has just made me really appreciate this game. Like, it's been, like I said, I've been wanting to play this for quite some time and just never had a steering wheel. So kudos and thanks, much thanks and love to Awesome Girl for providing me with one. Been basically using it every day since, with iRacing and Euro Truck Simulator and American Truck Simulator. So I've been definitely getting my use out of this. So I'm worried in the back because I see that the number 3 starting to make a move on me, which he does, and I think he ends up taking the spot from me with the number 15 closely behind him. but I'm doing my best to defend and trying not to lose it.
Clear.
So I decided to just let them go and try to regain, basically, you know, wait it out to fight on another turn, because basically I don't want to do what I've been doing in other races where I just kept getting way too aggressive and I ended up taking myself out by either getting loose or just driving too hard, or like just basically driver error. At this point I just basically tried to, because it's only 7 laps in out of the 20 lap race. I basically decided I'm going to try to wait it out and see if any of these guys make a mistake, especially since they're driving side by side. And in Rookie Series, if you've raced in Rookie Series, you know full well that accidents will happen. And because that was basically my mindset throughout all my races in Rookie, just basically waiting to see and trying and hoping to survive. Of course, there's those situations where things happen in front of you and there's nothing you can do about that. 15 car falling behind the 3 car right there, falling in line, trying to basically, oh no, moves in on the inside, trying to make a move on him. Gets the inside line, goes way down. 15 car moves all the way up, lets him by, and falls behind the 3 car. But the 3 car seems like he's gonna give him an answer. Goes side by side one more time. I'm trying to decide who I want to back in this. If I want to fall behind the 3 car or the 15 car, but I ended up losing momentum. And just falling back and just basically gonna observe. And as we see up ahead right there, a lap car is coming up, which has always played a factor in these oval tracks, especially in Rookie. There are times where the lap cars do not get out of the way, or just basically end up ruining one of the leaders' race. So that's basically that's in the back of my mind right now, wondering how we're gonna get around this car, and worrying if we will cleanly get around this car. But I was really just like having a good time watching the 3 and the 15 car just basically battling it out. They looked like they had good car control. Right here for a second there, I thought the 15 was gonna come up and end up like clipping the 3's bumper. Oh no, I'm sorry, that's the 15 car that's in the back rather. Alright, so we're coming up on the lap car. I'm starting to get worried. I'm trying to figure out, I don't want to get stuck behind this lap car and let the leaders get away from me. The lap car ends up blowing his engine
You got 10 laps to
and
go.
we end up getting around them. The 15 car though gives a nice little love tap to the wall right there, but it didn't affect him too much. He's able to come back down to the inside and still have enough momentum to keep up with the 3, so it didn't slow him down much. I'm basically trying to keep up with them and trying not to waste my tires, which again is something that I was doing terribly in my early races. I was just basically going with my foot on the pedal the whole way around, and by halfway point I was just basically like, just my tires were shot. My back end was just constantly leaving me. And of course I was also not as smooth, not that I'm like ridiculously smooth on my inputs as it is, but I was not as smooth when it came to turning in the car, which would help with my car getting loose. We got some smoke up ahead. I believe it was the same car, that lap car, if I'm not mistaken. It was that lap car that we saw, whatever. So side by side, 15 and the 3 coming off of turn 4 right there, and I got the perfect chair in the house, or seats or spot in the house, is basically watching them battle out, basically waiting for the opportunity and maybe hoping some ill fate on them, I have to admit, because if they basically take themselves out, I basically get first place all to myself. Because if you look in the rear mirror, it's just a 3-car show at the moment, and I was just happy to be one of them. 13 laps so far. We're about to go into the 14th lap, and these guys are just continuously, and it looks like the 15 car gets way too loose, goes up, but still manages to stay away from the 3 car. That was impressive, because I'm pretty sure if it was me, there's a good chance, there's a high chance, I want to say a 60% chance that I would have just ran into that car. Or at least at this stage, I feel like I have a lot more control now. This is basically within my first day or second day of iRacing, I want to say. So as we see later, it's later in the race, so we're taking that arc a little deeper. Our lines obviously wider, trying to basically make sure these tires can get us around these turns and we don't end up getting loose. I'm basically following them, and I think it's on this race actually that I basically started realizing that in the later laps it's a good idea to not be so tight on the turns, or to not, you know, take the inside line all the way. You can basically get around good enough. Like basically if I'm keeping, as you see right here, I start getting loose, and that's my race. That's my race. The heartbreak. The heartbreak. After watching 3 and 15 battling it out, and basically in my mind I was either gonna take the opportunity of somehow sneaking by them and winning first place, or just be happy with third, but I didn't even get there. But just so you know, it turns out that the 15 car ended up winning that race, and that was just my heartbreak. I wanted to share that as a turn of events, as the plot twist that hurt. But I did gain a lot. Like I said, during that race is where I realized that in the later laps, maybe it is the better idea to start being wider, not trying to force it in down to the inside line. But I wanted to show you guys just because I thought that battle was pretty good. If you guys like this video and you want me to do more iRacing videos, please like, comment, subscribe, let me know. But for now, I will catch you guys later.